Some money, it might be all okay. I don't know where I'ma be tomorrow. Might be counting dough. I'll bet with your. Okay, your nose keep running and the money keep coming. Hey, I'ma keep ballin'. Hey, rock a park spallin'. Hey, carefree, I've been living carefree. So much in the air, we can barely even breathe. Hey, I rarely worry about things I don't know. You say I'm living wrong, you ain't wrong, man, a long way. So think about it, it ain't nothing I don't know. All the money that I saw, I don't think I'm ever wrong. Came up and I don't know. I don't know where I go tomorrow. Came up and I don't know. I don't know what's gonna come tomorrow. Got the came up and I don't know. I don't know where I go tomorrow. Came up and I don't know. I don't know what's gonna come tomorrow. Yeah.
You're a crack at dawn, Monday morning coffee, strong, pouring everything you got into a paycheck Friday night. You're a power stroke, diesel backhoe riding king, 18-wheeler driving, living life in between the lines of clocking in and quitting time. Then the six-string circus comes to town. We hang them speakers over the crowd. When the lights come on, everybody screaming, lighters in the sky, yeah, everybody singing every word to every song of the girl they're taking tonight. When the lights come on, everybody's feeling a hallelujah from the floor to the ceiling. Yeah, the drink that we're having, the smoke that we're having, the party we throw, it's going all night long. When the lights come on, when the lights come on. You're a little shy thing with a wild side on a night like this. You just can't hide, cause it's time to live it up. So
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We have a couple of confident teams coming into today's game. Both walked off the field with victories last time out. It's the Broncos going up against the Chargers. On the call here tonight, let's send it out to our guys in the booth. That's Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, we are a little less than 10 miles inland from the blue waters of the Pacific Ocean as we greet you from lovely San Diego, California. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Denver Broncos and the San Diego Chargers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. In the backfield is Anderson. Here's Simeon. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll give the Broncos a first down.
C.J. Anderson may not be a Pro Bowl runner, but he knows how to run big in big games.
Yeah, he sort of sealed the Super Bowl for them in the fourth quarter. Big game against the Patriots last year on a Monday night, but only 720 yards all told in 2015. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Antonio Cromartie. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run with a second-year man. It's Melvin Gordon. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. This offensive unit, often they rely on the sure-handed Antonio Gates.
We know all about his basketball background, but his football acumen, one of the best tight ends in the league.
So we've got a 2nd and 5. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
When we did DeMarcus Ware's games in Dallas, didn't we spend most of the time talking about him rushing the passer?
We did, and how about now?
Oh, boy, he's expanded his game in a big way. Really does a great job in the run game now, using his length, using his leverage to hold the point of attack and make plays as we just saw there. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Just go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Give him 2 yards on that play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. And a look at the defense now. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Defense showing blitz. Simeon now to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage. Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it. Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. And they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession. The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right? I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over. 2nd down, Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2. Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Here's Rivers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Finds his target. It's Gates. They practiced this all week. Pretty clear it paid off there. Threw it downfield, made it look relatively easy.
And it always comes a little bit easier when you've practiced it and tuned things up and you're confident in what you're doing now. They felt very, very good about their plan, and we saw the execution because the confidence of the players was there.
From the red zone now, Rivers. This will be caught just inside the 10. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
To throw, Rivers. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's 3rd and goal after the sack. Back at the 16 now after the sack. Here's 3rd and goal. One receiver left. That's Allen. 3rd and long for Rivers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Danny Woodhead is intended target. And now it's 4th down. Here's Josh Lambo now for the Charger field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. And Lambo will put this one through. And that will tie us at 3-3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They'll come out in the pistol.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line. All right, now, look at 56.
On 2nd down, here's Simeon. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Antonio Cromartie. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And after the field goal last time, I see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Rivers now on second down. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is the only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
Now Simeon. Virgil Green is tight end, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Screen play, Anderson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. Back deep, Dre Archer. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Out comes the San Diego offense as they get set to see what they can do here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication. Didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
Hey, got tight left, got his left. Alert, alert! 3 down. All right, here we go. 380. 56 to Mike. 56.
Back near his goal line, Rivers in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. This will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now San Diego getting set to go. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Melvin Gordon's rookie year was a far cry from his last season at Wisconsin, wasn't it?
Boy, it was. Yeah, we got the numbers right here. 3.5 yards per carry, 641 yards, no touchdown.
Well, I think his team is really looking to do things to help him break out and get back to that Wisconsin form in 2016.
Now it's his carry for Melvin Gordon. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Rivers now from the 50. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he's brought down. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When the receiver's in your...
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Hand off comes to Anderson. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step away and come back to San Diego after this. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third.
Now let's go. Green.
Throwing on third down, Simeon. Left side here to Sanders. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is Archer. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he is going to... Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series, 3rd and 13. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 3rd and long for Rivers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. His throw incomplete.
Antonio Cromartie looks the part to me out there, partner, as a corner. Tall, angular, great speed, and really good instincts to make plays on the football.
It showed off right there. Used those instincts, knocked it away. And on 2nd and 10 now. On 2nd and 10, Simeon. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
It'll go as a gain of 10 there, and it'll be good for a Denver first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner. Everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Tough spot for the offense. 3rd and 8. To the air again, Simeon. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there, and he still creates doubt.
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On second down, Anderson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Now it's Simeon. And this is going to be incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
And that's what Danny Woodhead does best, catch the ball out of the backfield.
Absolutely. That's his wheelhouse. 80 receptions in 2015, tied for most in the NFL.
Not a bad runner, too, when they want to hand it to him.
Throwing Rivers. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, Rivers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
When it's well executed, a wide receiver screen can often be a thing of beauty, but so many things have to go right in order to complete it. Blocking out in front, timing of the quarterback with the receiver, and oftentimes everything gets set, and guess what? They drop the football.
Yeah, Sanders now to return. Simeon on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
Getting the call is Anderson running left. C.J. Anderson, the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And this one through the uprights and good. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
One man in the backfield is Gordon. To throw is Rivers. He's going to right, and that's caught inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Here's Rivers. Flushed out right. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They come out here in the eye. The first carry for the vet, Danny Woodhead. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Couple of Broncos there in on the tackle.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
Rivers now caught on the left side by Benjamin. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. To throw, Rivers. That's complete right around the 8. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the side.
And he's in across the chalk. Touchdown, San Diego. Phillip Rivers, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Lambeau now after the touchdown. He'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Here we go.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They give it to Anderson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive linemen, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Shedding the tackler, that gives him some room. And he'll be taken down deep into San Diego territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out here in the eye. They'll run Anderson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
To throw on second is Simeon. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. In the backfield is Anderson. Now Simeon on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. Certainly some contact there, and that's why there's a penalty on the defender for pass interference.
So hard to time it up for a defender to hit the receiver when the ball arrives. Got there a little bit early on that one.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And Simeon's going to sneak it. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Hey, give him credit. That's a good, solid game there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
Simeon's going to keep it. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. 3rd and goal now, so some urgency here for the offense. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. C.J. Anderson, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. Throwing Rivers. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now Sanders. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. So 2nd and 10 here. Again, Anderson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. 3rd down now. It's C.J. Anderson. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Simeon, and he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Denver.
And they pick up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old-school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. Back to the ground, Anderson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Third and 2, Simeon. And Fowler's got it. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Now Anderson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
They come up in an offset eye. To throw is Simeon toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Throwing on third down, Simeon. And able to find Green. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Virgil Green, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have broken the tie. And they will take a 7-point lead now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now the return comes from Dexter McCluster. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. One man in the backfield is Gordon. Now a play fake here. And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. 2nd down, Rivers. He's going to look deep down the field. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the Broncos coming out now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
All right, now look at 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now. Here we go.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And tough starting field position here. Now on 1st down, he's going to sneak it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Oh, maybe a free play for Simeon. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. From the end zone, Simeon looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down as they'll mark this just over the 10-yard line.
And that pickup of a 1st down, That's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough. Now
they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They come out here in the eye. They run with Anderson. He's been the bell cow tonight. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And ready now for 2nd and 9. In the backfield is Anderson.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Now look at 56.
On 2nd down, here's Simeon. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. From his goal line here, Simeon. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's Archer. Good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Back to throw. Caught by Gates, left side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. One receiver left, that's Allen. He's back to throw. Finds his target, it's Gates. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
They'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Watch it now, Barney.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Rivers. Gates has it over the middle. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Rivers to throw. Hits it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally, someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Now Rivers. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And that touchdown means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up, or do they go for two and try and win it right now?
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside, or more likely take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now San Diego getting set to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Second down following the incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Stevie Johnson, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Rivers off the play fake to Woodhead. Right side catch. This is Gates. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. It's taken to the 26. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Denver getting set to take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
To throw on second is Simeon. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Here's Simeon now on second down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
From the 50, it's Simeon. Going up top. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So out come the Chargers. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
Play fake here. Rivers gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for third down.
Playing pass all the way.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And it's fourth down.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Let's go!
On 2nd down, here's Simeon. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Throwing on 3rd down, Simeon. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Here's Riley Dixon now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. Fielded at the 33. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now San Diego getting set to go. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. 22 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Chargers a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And it's incomplete. Stevie Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Give him credit for batting it away, but unable to come up with the interception, and sometimes that joke does come true. Guys are on defense for a reason. Maybe their hands aren't quite as skillful as the guys on offense, but a lot of credit on that play for just knocking it away.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this.
Check girls, check girls, check girls.
And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Chargers, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.